Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're making a simple but absolutely delicious baked salmon with a creamy cheese sauce using fresh chives straight from my herb garden. Before we head into the kitchen, I'm out in my herb garden and I'm grabbing some fresh chives. You can see the chives are growing beautifully right now, even though we snipped some earlier. I love stepping outside and harvesting exactly what I need for dinner. Fresh herbs make such a difference in flavor, and chives add a light onion flavor that works perfectly with salmon. Now, I just snipped a handful, and if you grow chives at home, you already know how quickly they come back after harvesting. They're one of the easiest herbs to keep growing all season long. Now, in addition to the salmon, we're also putting together a fresh salad with homegrown romaine lettuce and serving everything with a bright mango salsa. This is one of those meals that feels special. It's a weekday for me, but it feels special and it comes together so easily. Now I'm going to give you a little chive chopping music while I finish chopping my chives. I want to chop up my chives pretty finely so that they will meld well together with the cream cheese and the rest of the ingredients for the cheese sauce. Now that the chives are chopped well, let's go ahead and begin mixing our cream cheese sauce. To a block of softened cream cheese, and that's softened room temperature, I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of the chopped chives. And I'm going to save back about a tablespoon for mixing with some mozzarella cheese to put on top at the end of the baking. So, to this, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of sour cream. Now, I let my sour cream come to room temperature too because it mixes better or more easily with the cream cheese. Now that I've added my sour cream, it's time to add some seasonings. I'm going to add a pinch of salt and a little bit of black pepper. You'll notice that I didn't add a lot of salt because I'm going to have some cheese on this, which brings salt to the table itself. Now I'm going to add some garlic powder, and I'm adding that to taste. If I had garlic, fresh garlic, I would have added that. The next thing I will add is my mayonnaise. I'm going to use about 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. And to that mixture, the softened mixture, I'm going to be able to mix it all together. Now I'm using a spoon to mix my cream cheese mixture because this is a weeknight meal and I'm not for pulling out a lot of equipment. But if you'd like to use your mixer, please feel free to do it. It will make a smoother cream cheese sauce than what I will have by using my spoon. But I'm going to keep mixing. And you know that I have to give it a taste to make sure that I have just the right amount of salt, garlic powder, and pepper in there. And it tastes beautiful. I have my salmon here and I'm seasoning it simply with garlic salt. Salmon already has such great flavor on its own, so it really doesn't need much. Next, I'm going to spread the creamy chive sauce right over the top. Don't be shy with it either because this sauce is what keeps the salmon moist and gives it that cheesy baked finish. I've already greased my baking dish, and now that the salmon is ready for the oven, I'm going to go ahead and put it into my 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for about 8 minutes total. While the salmon gets started, we're going to go back outside to harvest some fresh romaine lettuce for our salad. I don't think I'll ever get tired of walking into the garden, walking out on my deck, and seeing the fruits of my labor and picking ingredients for dinner. It's just something satisfying about it. These romaine leaves look beautiful and crisp. I'm harvesting enough for a fresh salad to go with the salmon. Fresh garden lettuce has so much more flavor than store-bought lettuce to me. So, back inside, I'm giving the lettuce a quick rinse. I've already done that, and I'm getting it ready for serving. I'm going to add a light Caesar dressing to this because I don't want too much else going on. I just want the salad to be very simple. And we have our lettuce all chopped up, and I'm going to pat it dry so that my dressing will adhere and it will taste fabulous alongside my salmon. So let's get this dried off and we'll get it dressed and ready to go. The salad is now prepared and the salmon has been cooking for about 5 minutes now. So it's time for the final layer. I'm going to sprinkle some shredded mozzarella cheese over the top along with a little more fresh chives. This is where everything starts coming together. Then I'm going to increase the oven temperature to 400 degrees. I am going to put that on the top shelf so that the cheese can get melted and golden brown. And that takes only a few more minutes. So you want to keep an eye on that. Now you want that cheese to be bubbly with a little golden color on top. And it is absolutely beautiful. So now it's going to cool. And while that's cooling, I'm going to finish my mango salsa. And it's more of a pico de gallo, if you know what that is. It's just a mixture of fresh vegetables, tomato, onion, green pepper, jalapeno pepper, and I'm adding some avocado and the mango. It is fabulous. Then at the very end, I'll chop up some cilantro and get that added in. Give it a sprinkling of lemon juice and mix it all together, and it's nothing like it. It is fabulous. So let me get my cilantro chopped up. And we want this chopped well. So I'm just going to chop it up real good and get it into this much too small bowl. But it doesn't matter at this point. We want to get it mixed up so we can get it on our salmon. And I see a couple of yellow colored cilantro in my bunch that I didn't see when I was washing it off. So we're going to get those out of there because they tend to have a bitter taste, and I don't want that in my mango salsa. So let's get a little bit of salt on and we'll mix it all together. And don't be like me and use a bowl that's too small. because it'll pop out of that bowl and then there you'll be picking it up off the counter. So let's get our salsa mixed up. Now I decided to add the mango salsa because it gives a fresh pop of sweetness that balances everything out beautifully. Because that creamy chive sauce with the salmon is so good, and the mozzarella on top gives it the perfect cheesy finish. So it's a salty sweet flavor combination. Okay, the mango salsa is done, and you know I got to taste it, and I'm gonna taste it on a tortilla. A reward for the cook. Now it's time to plate everything up. I'm serving the salmon alongside the fresh romaine salad and a spoonful of mango salsa, or two. This is such a fresh, flavorful meal, but it still feels comforting and satisfying. This would make such a nice weekend dinner or date night meal or even something special for family without spending hours in the kitchen. Thank y'all so much for spending time with me today in the garden and the kitchen. If you enjoyed this recipe and love simple garden to table meals like this, make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and leave me a comment. Y'all be blessed.